$100. If you would like to purchase one today, you better have about $2.5 million in your bank account. Listen to the beautiful sound of the Flying Tigers and Steve Hinton as he brings it up over the top in the giant Barnstormers loop. Listen to the sound of World War II. Of course, Claire Chenault set up the all-volunteer group to fight in China against the Japanese who had invaded China. And they were very, very effective. But once America got into the war after December 7th, 1941, then the AVG group was disbanded and those pilots came back to fight for the United States. Giant was, like I said, bought after the war, and it was ultimately sent to Colorado to participate into some atmospheric type of flying and collecting data over the mountains over there. Unfortunately, one of the pilots landed the aircraft, and instead of reaching for the flap handle to put the flap handles up, he reached and put the landing gear handle up after landing, and the landing gear collapsed, the aircraft was damaged, and that's when the Planes of Fame Museum purchased the aircraft, put it back into perfect operating condition, and of course painted it in the colors of Claire Chenault's AVG group. About 2 or 3 G's on the aircraft. We talk about G-forces a lot today. You and I are generating 1 G as we stand here on Mother Earth. Some of these pilots will go through maneuvers that will generate 6 to 8 G's, meaning that their body weight is 8 times that of what they weigh. Another beautiful cloverleaf maneuver by Steve Hinton. If you weigh 200 pounds, pull 8 G's, it feels like you're 1,600 pounds in the cockpit. G-forces pressing you down into the seat. And negative G-forces, which we will also talk about today, do exactly the opposite. Negative, called the forked-tailed devil because of its twin tail configuration. Over the top in the old Barnstormers loop. Relaxes back pressure right there, lets it float over the top. Now increases the back pressure as it gets back down to earth to round out the perfect circle of the Barnstormers loop. He's going to set up for a banana pass, what we call a banana pass or a photo pass now. Give you a top plan form view of the P-40 Warhawk. You'll be looking right down inside the cockpit from the top view as Steve Hinton sets it up left to right for you. PPG Aerospace, one of our big primary sponsors here, assisting with Loop Days 2011. There's the photo pass. Steve Hinton and the P-40 Warhawk. Beautiful. Nice sound on that engine. Sounds almost as good as a P-51, but for those of you who are familiar with the P-51 Mustang, there is no better sound in the world. Birds, folks that are based very close by right here. I'll tell you a little bit about them as Steve Hinton approaches. .360 overhead approach. We'll talk about that a lot today. Yeah. Standard military approach to an airfield. .360 overhead. Key Lynch, F4, F-15, F-16 during 25 years serving active duty. Also a fighter weapons school graduate. 325 combat missions in Vietnam, stationed at Luke